So guys, have you ever wondered what does it cost to really live here in Dominican Republic? I get asked this question all the time. Is it cheap or is it expensive? And what do you actually really spend your money on here? And you've seen these videos, you know, the ones that promise you this luxurious lifestyle on a shoestring budget. Or what about the one that promise you can live in paradise for less than $1,000 a month? Because yes, I've seen those videos. I've seen the videos where people say, hey, it only takes $1,000 a month to live here. I've also seen videos where people say you need at least 6 figures to live here in Dominican Republic. Jamie Gruber. Hey, Jamie, my guy, but he is nuts. You do not need 6 figures to live here. But I will say this. I agree with Jamie, who says you need 6 figures. And I also agree with the person who says you need $1,000 a month to live here. So how could I agree with both? The person that says you need $100,000 a year, and also the person who says that you need $12,000 a year. How could that be possible? Because it all depends on your lifestyle, the way you want to live. But with me, my lifestyle falls somewhere in the middle of those two. I'm going to give you my honest, no fluff version with real numbers, real surprises, and a real cost of building a life here in Dominican Republic. So today I'm going to pull back the curtain, show you my full financial budget, everything I spend from rent to groceries, to that surprise utility bill. So if you ever wonder what it really costs to live here as an expat, stick around because this video is for you. So before we get into the nitty gritty of this spreadsheet, let me go ahead and set the stage. So what do I mean by that? I mean that my budget is not about survival. My budget is about building a life here in Dominican Republic. So keep in mind, this isn't a shoestring backpacking budget, but it's also not a millionaire lifestyle budget. It's the cost of living comfortably and intentionally in a new place that I call home. My expenses reflect my priority: health, security, and the freedom for me to enjoy my life while I'm here. So let's go ahead and get it out the way. Spoiler alert. I spend around $2,895 every single month to live here in Dominican Republic. Now for some, this may seem like a whole lot because I've heard it before, but for others, it may seem incredibly cheap. But the truth is, it's all relative. And let me be clear, the goal of this video is not to tell you what you should spend. You spend what you want to spend. Like I tell you guys all the time, I'm not here to tell you to do anything, move anywhere, spend anything, invest in anything. I'm sharing my experiences, but I want to give you a transparent look into my reality when it comes to spending so that you can make your own informed decisions when it's your turn. So let's start with the big one, the one that anchors everything, and that's rent. The rent we pay here is $1,300 USD. This is for a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, plus a service room with a full bathroom, 2 levels, 2 balconies, 3 parking spaces for $1,300. This is a significant portion of my budget, and it's non-negotiable for me. And yes, I understand it's on the higher end, but I wanted a place that was in a good location, security, backup generator, a sense of home, and something that had a modern finish. And listen, you don't have to pay $1,300 a month. You can absolutely find something for around $500 a month here in Dominican Republic. But you have to go out to Santo Domingo Este, somewhere in Santo Domingo Norte or Oeste. But for me, comfort and location was priority. So please don't tell me I can find something cheaper. I know I can. It was a conscious choice for me to pay premium for a peace of mind. So the next one is utilities. We pay an average of $100 per month for utilities. Now, of course, this can fluctuate throughout the year. We pay somewhere around 4,000 to maybe 6,000 pesos per month, which is about $75 to a little over $100 per month in utilities. And of course, that's gonna depend mostly on, if you have AC, how much do you run that AC? For us, we only run our AC at night. We do not run our ACs during the day. We run our ceiling fans and we keep the windows open during the day. Now, a lot of expats are shocked when they first get their utility bill because they come here and they run the AC all day, not realizing that electricity here is really expensive. But I've learned to manage my usage to keep that number stable between 4,000 and 6,000 pesos per month. So now let's talk about health insurance. For a family of 3, 2 adults and a child, we pay $190 per month. This is the second best plan with the insurance company that we use, which is Universal ARS. For a lot of people, one of the perks of living in Dominican Republic is the affordable cost of healthcare. So don't skip on this, because having good insurance is a peace of mind. You want to invest in your well-being. So the next one is an insurance service fee, which is only $4 a month. So what is that? That's a premium that we pay our insurance company every month. For example, if we want someone to come out and service our air conditioner, this is a monthly premium that we pay for them to come out. And typically the copay is around 500 pesos. One time I seen it for like maybe 1,000 pesos, but that's better than us having to find someone to come over here independently and we'll end up paying more. So I added that into my cost because that is something we actually pay. I'm here to give you real costs. The next one is car insurance. For 2 cars, we pay about $100 per month versus what we were paying in Florida, which is like $350 per month. And for us, having a car is a necessity. We move around a lot individually and together, so we both need cars. Now, this is an expense that you may not even need, so you can scratch this one off of your list, that $100. The next one is groceries. We pay about $400 per month in groceries. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that really fluctuates too. Sometimes it's $300, sometimes it's $400. But let's keep it at $400 per month. And we cook at home a lot. I know a lot of people think we're always out eating. That is not true. We cook at home a lot. We shop at a mix of local comados, smaller supermercados, and some of the bigger chain supermarkets. Eating local, fresh produce is a great way to stay healthy and save money. But I still need some of my American brands, so I added that cost into this also. And the next one is Dominican cell phones. We have 2 Dominican cell phones. My wife has a Dominican cell phone and my daughter has a Dominican cell phone. The 2 Dominican cell phones are about $50 a month for both phones, both plans, but we also have 2 US phones that cost us about $100 a month for both plans. So my wife also has a US number and I have a US number because I do a lot of business in the US. So I need my US number. Why she still has her US number, I don't know, but she still has her US number. I keep mine because I need to have my one-time password, and that's probably why she keeps hers too, because when you have credit cards, banks over in the US, and you get locked out of your account, or every now and then they want to reset your account and they have to provide you that OTP, that one-time password, it's not going to send that password to an international phone. It's going to send it to an American phone. So we still need to have our US phones. Now, if you know another way that we can do it where I can get rid of this $150 a month, tell me. I'm all ears. So the next one is cable and internet. So we pay $50 a month for cable and internet. Although we don't use our cable, it comes with the plan anyway. Even if we say get rid of the cable, it's still going to be $50 a month. So that's why I call it cable and internet. And I carry around a mobile hotspot for myself because I do have a American phone, a T-Mobile phone. So I need internet when I'm out and about. People say the internet works good through the T-Mobile towers here. I can't get it to work. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my phone. I don't know, but it doesn't work with me. So I just use my mobile Wi-Fi, and that costs me $20 per month. And the next cost is a service worker. We have someone who comes here to clean 3 times a week. We pay that person $160 per month. This is really common and an affordable part of life here in Dominican Republic. Not to mention, it's a tremendous help, and it also supports the local economy. So the next one is gym memberships. We have 2 gym memberships that are $25 a piece. That's $50 a month. And yes, as much as we can, we try to prioritize our health and go to the gym as often as we can. The next cost is eating out. I had to think about this one a lot because there are times where we won't go out for a whole month, and then there are times we may go out every week. So it just depends. But I would say on average, we probably go out at least 2 to 3 times a month as a family. So let's just say 3. Every time we go out, we spend about $80, $85 when we go out, all 3 of us, at a decent restaurant. Not a small local restaurant, a decent restaurant. So we're gonna say about $250 per month that we spend eating out. Now, you could definitely eat out much cheaper at local spots. You can go to places like Lincoln Road, and you can get a plate for 500 pesos, which is less than $10, or you can get something around 700 pesos, which is less than $15, and eat much cheaper. But when we go out to some fine dining, of course, we get 2 appetizers, 3 entrees. Me and my wife at least have 2 drinks apiece. So we're spending about $85 every time we go out. The next expense is gas. And again, gas can fluctuate too, just depending on how often you're driving around the city. Sometimes we drive a lot, sometimes we don't. It just depends. Every time I go to the gas station, I put about $25 in my car. That pretty much keeps me for about 2 weeks. So I would just say I spend about $50 per month. Now again, that may can go up to $75 one month, or it could stay at $50. And my wife drives an SUV, so she puts about $35 every 2 weeks in her SUV. So that comes out to be like $120 per month in gas. All of that brings my monthly total around $2,895. So that's the breakdown. But there are a few things that I didn't add on this list that I want to share with you that you may want to consider. Number 1, unexpected repairs. Things break. You have to get it repaired. You get flat tires, your air conditioner breaks, you need a new washing machine. Those type of things, either you're gonna have to get them repaired or you got to buy brand new. The next thing is travel and exploration. You may want to go to a villa over in Jarabacoa, or you may want to visit the beautiful beaches in Samaná, or head over to Punta Cana to an all-inclusive resort, or you may want to visit some type of theme park here in Dominican Republic. And the next one is social life. Now, I know I did talk about eating out, but that was eating out with my family. This is not social life. And yes, we do have friends where we go out pretty often with. Now, I would say this, some of that eating out budget sometimes slide over to our social life. So those are some things that you guys want to consider that's not on the list. This budget represents my lifestyle. I'm not a millionaire, but I feel incredibly rich in the experiences and quality of life that I have here in Dominican Republic. I traded that high cost of living in the United States for a more balanced life where my money goes further and my stress is lowered. So I hope this gave you a realistic look as to what it costs to live in Dominican Republic. So when Jamie Gruber tells you you need 6 figures, you ask him, what is he smoking? Shout out to Jamie, man. That's my guy. But to be honest, guys, it's not all about the numbers. It's about the type of life or quality of life that you can build here. Some people are going to live on a much lower budget. Some people are going to live on a much higher budget, and that's fine. It's up to the individual. Everybody's priorities are different. Some people's priorities are not comfort. Some people's priority is comfort. It's all relative to the particular individual. So there is no right or wrong answer. What I want to show people is, because they see the lifestyle that we live, and I want you to understand, in my mind, it doesn't cost that much. But I know some people still gonna say $2,800, $2,900 is a lot of money. Guys, that's $36,000 a year. The average salary in America is about $40,000, $45,000 a year. And you can't even pay half of what I just mentioned off $44,000 a year in the US. Whereas I only need $36,000 a year to fund my entire lifestyle. Think about that. So if you found this helpful, leave it in the comment below. Let me know what surprised you the most about this budget. And if you're considering moving, what's your biggest concern? And before I go, guys, remember, I created a weekly newsletter. It's called Live Your Best Life Newsletter. If you're into money, self-development, living abroad, this is the newsletter for you. I'm gonna leave a link below in the video description. So guys, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're gonna live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, no, no.